from when I saw my mother and father and my brothers do while I was growing up, I feel that I don't want any of my kids to go in a world like this, because I know some days I saw my mother slaving from 6 in the morning in hot sun, 100-degree weather.
Oh my God, imagine, oh my God.
Every man, woman, and child in Mississippi can rationalize how they have always been friends to the colored man. All of a sudden they wake up here one morning and
I'm so sorry. It's because we don't say over here. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Just the word colored always triggers me. I don't know why. When I hear the word colored, I don't know why. I don't know. It's just me personally. Just say black. I'm sorry, but when I hear the word colored, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm sorry.
told that what the way they've operated for the last 100 years is wrong.
What?
This is a hard thing.
What?
Operated. Have always been friends to the colored man. All of a sudden they wake up here one morning and are told that what the way they've operated for the last 100 years is wrong. This is a hard thing to just tell a man that he spent his life doing something wrong. He doesn't have to believe it. And then all of a sudden, we're some kind of demon. If you live in Mississippi and run a cotton plantation, you're supposed to be some kind of demon. This is the national image of a cotton plantation operator in the Mississippi Delta.
Humphreys McGee owns a 2,500-acre plantation in the Mississippi Delta. His mother's family has been in the state for 7 generations. And on his father's side, the McGees moved South Carolina. Charleston was the elegant capital of Southern culture in the 19th century. Mississippi was the frontier. Attitudes hardened early. The old way of life has endured in Mississippi longer than anywhere else.
See, the Civil War's over, and regardless of the evils of slavery, these people understood each other. It was not some sort of medieval torture for a person to be a tenant farmer on a plantation. And I don't know anybody that's ashamed of the system, the way it worked. It's an impossible system to return to. With that mechanical cotton picker, one man could do what 150 men had been doing. This was the crowning blow to this system. Everything's geared to machinery. Where I used to have 83 families on the plantation, I have 15 boys working machine operators. But I will say that the system we had was...
Even that, boys, 15 boys, like, I'm the same age as you, mate. Like, even if someone calls me boy in real life, I'm the kind of person that I'm okay to control my emotions. I'm not gonna physically fight you, but I'll just let you know, like, no, and I just walk away. Who you calling a? Have you guys ever been called a boy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, boy. Like, for me, I don't know whether it's the movies, because when I watch the movies, that's when someone is being racist. That's when someone doesn't like the black race. That's when they've called the other person, all right, boy, come here, boy. You know, things like that. Have you guys ever experienced that? Again, I would never fully understand what you guys have gone through, because some of you guys live in these places that actually went through this. I keep saying it, and I always say it's my experience. I have never experienced 100 of what you guys have experienced. Because you guys still live in this. You guys live in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia. These were places that 200 years ago, people that look like me were picking cottons. People that look like me were enslaved. And you have people that, you know, it's your great-grandparents, that they went through this stuff. That's just unfathomable. It's just, when you think of it, it's like, wow. It's like, sorry.
System that, on the surface, developed a very outgoing, happy group of people. They're old people now, but these are the people that I grew up thinking I knew.
In the frontier days, slaves begged not to be sent to Mississippi, where their work was almost as harsh as the overseers. Resistance was often subtle, but seldom absent. A runaway slave said that each so-called happy song was a testimony against slavery and a prayer for deliverance.
This system, in its best sense, was based on noblesse oblige by the landowner. But I don't have 83 families anymore that I feel like I'm the daddy of. I do not expect to ever have this relationship with the younger generation, the children of these men. They are oriented entirely differently. They grew up in the 50s. They're conscious of the change in the status quo. They are.
Yeah, I feel like after the 40s, the 50s, that the next generation knew what was going on. I feel like if you were born like in the late 1890s, you know, early 1900s, there was that fear that was put in you by your parents, like our great grandparents in America. Yeah, I feel like if you're born like in the let's say 1905, you were told as a kid, like, look, actually not 1905, but like even then, yeah. But let's say like 1880, 1890, you were told you have to behave like this, don't talk back, don't do this, this is what happens. There was that fear. But then by the 1950s, when you have Martin Luther King, 60s, 70s, when you have Malcolm X, where there were people fighting for their rights, it's a game changer. Even me in my life today, the way my parents grew up, you know, my dad, for instance, now, like when I first told him that I was doing social media stuff, it was more like, oh, what's, you know, it was like, okay, I'm not sure about that. Like my parents, they've always supported me, but they were told by their parents that you have to be an engineer, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer. That's the only way through. Even though I've got a business degree and I work in business, which is what my parents loved about me. That even though I want to do my stuff, but I still listen to them. Do you know what I mean? Because like they always say, look, at least you know you can always fall back on 9 to 5, which is why I'm still doing my 9 to 5, which I actually love my job, which is actually crazy. I love my job, but yeah, I just can't picture what. It must have been so confusing for them kids back then, man. Knowing that you're born into this. Knowing that your parents, imagine seeing your parents being told what to do, and your parents just weak. No, not like physically weak, but like mentally, you've been drained. Oh my God. I don't want to use the word bullying, because bullying will be what? It's like you've been abused for so long. You know that you can't run away. If you run away and you get caught, your family's gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble. It's just, that's why I understand. For a long time, I didn't get where people were coming from, because I'm just this happy, jolly going person. Like, yeah, everyone, I'm still like that. I always say, treat people by their characters. Because that's where I grew up, my area in the UK. That's where it is. There is racism, but I don't really encounter it. And if I do, I'm very oblivious to it. I can't be asked. I've got so much going on that I'm not gonna let someone's ignorance affect me. But if it's affecting you, by your money, physically, then that's when it's like, oh my God, we have to, pay attention. I feel like that's what happens in some places in America, that you cannot avoid it. Whether it's like your job, in the UK, you dare not be racist. Like, you can be ignorant, but if you're fully racist, you're gone. That's one thing I love about living in the UK. People don't play with that stuff. You still have the little stuff here and there, but like if you're fully saying stuff like calling people by the N-word, what? You're gone. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm rambling. Let's continue. This documentary is really nice. I'm learning so much.
fairly confused about what their position is. They don't want to be subservient.
From when I saw my mother and father and my brothers do while I was growing up, I feel that I don't want any of my kids to go in a world like this, because I know some days I saw my mother slaving from 6 in the morning in hot sun, 100-degree weather.
Oh my God. Imagine, oh my God. That's one thing I say this to people in my life now. My parents moved. My parents were immigrants. I'm an immigrant as well. They moved. Yeah, they suffered so that I don't have to suffer. Like, my parents moved from Nigeria to Ireland to England so that I don't have to suffer. That's why I work hard as much as I work hard today. That I'm not gonna let what they went through. Like, when my dad told me some stories when they first moved to Ireland, like when they first moved to England, it's not even racism. It's more like the jobs he had to do. I'm like, what? This guy had to do some crazy jobs. Obviously legally, but there were jobs that no one wants to do. You know, that's why I've got so much respect and time for anyone in any walk of life. Because I know that could easily be me. I never look down on anyone. Never. Do not look down on anyone. Because you don't know what their backstory is. And that could be you tomorrow. This is very interesting. I love this.
Mother slaving from 6 in the morning in hot sun, 100-degree weather, from pulling a hoe in a field from 6 until night, with about an hour's break between us all this time. And my father doing labor that machines wouldn't even be made to do hardly. Doing labor that bad. And I feel that if we've been working this long and can't even own the shirts on our back, I feel that we have to take some drastic steps to make something happen, to make a change come about, because Mississippi is going to either have to change or there can be no more Mississippi. And we have to do this in any means that's possible. Through our parents, we've earned Mississippi.
See, this is why whenever I see a group of people, a group of black people, not black people, obviously, I have to be clear here, but like 15 to 20%, 10% of black people that make what this lovely gentleman and his parent, like, you know, the suffering they went through, then this group of people start killing each other. Start killing people that look like you because they're not from the same area as you. Because they step on you. Because, again, this is not all black people. I have to be clear here. A small minority of people that do this rubbish. I'm like, look, our grandparents, they went through so much so we can have freedom and be free. And why you still eating on the same person that looks like you? You're selling drugs, destroying the community of people that look like you just to make a little bit of money. You're gonna die one day, whether you like it or not. And when you're gone, all the stuff that you've done, you've ruined the community for life. For the next 20, 30 years, you making $5 million, let's say you make $5 million over the span of 10 years. That community is ruined for the next 50 to 100 years. Just because you want to make a bit of money to get some cars to do. Again, this is not all black people. It's just that minority of people that just gets me angry. That make everyone else look bad. Sorry.
There's no question about it, brother. I mean, if my mother got there and sweated from morning until night, and you tell me I don't own anything she sweated on, I mean, how can that be? How can it be?
The white man does not want to give over his institutions, and that's what people fear that would happen. You just don't want to turn over the reins of everything and give up control. Who wants to give up control?
We're out. Okay, guys, get in the car. Let's go.
So white supremacy is undoubtedly a feeling that white people have all over the world. Of course, how the black man and the white man would live together has been the paramount concern of people ever since the Mississippi Valley was settled, especially when the greatest number were the black people. The problem is, I don't need the men I used to need.
I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, it's good to always learn about this stuff so it doesn't happen again. Do you know what I mean? Let's talk about it, but it doesn't mean there should be any hate today. Yeah, let's just talk about it and understand why it happened, and just make sure it does not happen again. Again, I'm really enjoying this, learning so much of. I'm in my 30s. Oh my god, my baby girl's calling me. My girlfriend's calling me. I think she knows I'm about to finish now. But yeah, let me pick up my girlfriend's call, and you guys subscribe, or my girlfriend's gonna be angry at you. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.